everybody, and welcome to our top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our real quick show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that are releasing this week. They are coming out on Wednesday, and you can get a better idea of what is coming out to your local comic book store. So you can head over to infinityflux.net right now, where you can go ahead and order these books. They are up there, they are live. That way, when they are released, you will get them. You don't have to worry about them selling out. It's a win-win
Yeah.
for everyone. But this is a great week of books, so let's get into it.
We're going to start with One World Under Doom, #1, and it all gets started right here. Dr. Doom declares himself ruler of the world, basically, now that he is the Sorcerer Supreme. However, the things that he says that he's going to do don't sound so bad. He's going to give everybody free healthcare, free education, but the heroes of Earth and also Hydra are not cool with this idea. They both set out to take him down, but of course, he's a Sorcerer Supreme, so he's planning for this. But yeah, it doesn't actually sound so bad being one world under Doom. So we'll have to see if he does have any ulterior motives, but so far, so good.
First up for me is Bug Wars #1. This is a new book from Image. This is going to be a big one, no pun intended. So this is basically what if Conan, by way of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, a family moves back into a house after a few years after the father has died. And, it's pretty normal, except there is a big mythical world of bugs and insects and insect riders having a huge fantasy style war in the backyard, just small enough where you can't see them. And what happens if one of those, the kids of the family gets shrunk down and gets thrown into this world of violence and bug riding barbarians? You'll have to read to find out. It's a mature book in the way of Conan, but so much fun. It's a double-sized issue too, I believe. Don't miss out on this one.
Next is Absolute Batman #5, and this one picks up where issue #3 left off, where Black Mask offered Batman $200 million just to stay out of the way of the party animals. Now, I can't really tell you what happens, but, because that would spoil everything, but there are some great fight scenes in this. This is the next to last part of this first story arc, and it looks like next issue is all heck is going to break loose.
Yep. Next up, eagerly anticipated Aquaman #2. This is really cool. After Atlantis went missing in the first issue and Aquaman went through this mysterious portal that turned out to maybe be somewhat related to Darkseid, where does Aquaman wind up in this? I don't want to give too much stuff away, but this takes Aquaman into some crazy cool places that also feel very Conan the Barbarian, and maybe even a little of The Witcher with some of the creatures he goes up against. But this mystery about a prophecy plus where is Atlantis and where has Aquaman found himself now will be answered in this, and you have to read it to believe it. But the ending is pretty surprising as well.
Next is Eddie Brock Carnage #1. After the events of the Venom War, Eddie Brock bonded with the Carnage symbiote. In the first half of this issue, they're actually on an airplane looking to take down a serial killer known as the Hopscotch Killer, because that's the right thing to do, and Eddie wants to do that. But don't think that Carnage has turned over a new leaf. Carnage is just excited for the opportunity to kill someone. And they have a very strained relationship. The back half of the issue is them having a very tense conversation with each other. And this is going to be a really interesting series because Eddie wants to do good stuff, and the Carnage symbiote does not want to do anything good whatsoever.
Yeah, and who's really in the driver's seat?
That's right.
Next up, I have Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, The Bad Batch Ghost Agents #1. This is the first time we are getting a non-TV show story of the Bad Batch. Their first kind of full comic appearance is in this. We've seen them briefly before, but this is like a Bad Batch centric story, and it's really cool. This is set during the Clone Wars when the Republic, the Jedi, go up to the Bad Batch and basically say, we have some spies, aka ghost agents. We have a list of them, and it has gone missing. We think we know who took it, but we need you to track down this person and get it back. And it's a lot of like incognito Bad Batch questioning people in the Coruscant underworld, Really, really fun. And if you're a fan of the show, this will fit right in with all you know about the Bad Batch.
And next we have Green Lantern Corps #1. The Green Lantern Corps is back after a good long while. And this one deals with John Stewart being assigned to go to Tamaran to deal with somebody there who is exhibiting extreme fear. And because all of the other lantern batteries have been destroyed, the emotional spectrum is fractured, and anybody who expresses any kind of intense emotion can unleash this emotional power. So John Stewart has to go deal with something there, and he is accompanied by a very surprising character who I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it is really cool to see them, and I can't wait to see more of them in this book.
Next up, I have The Hive #1. This is a new neo crime noir series that's kind of based around the hierarchy of bees. There is a queen who is over this crime organization, and her kind of drones that are out, doing the crimes and everything. But the spin on it is some of the people in the hive have the ability to kind of use a biology. Almost like Jedi mind trick to talk to people and get them to do what they want. And this is a whole series about that crime organization and someone who just got recruited into it. It's mostly a setup issue, but very cool, very fresh idea if you like your classic crime, but this time with a B twist.
And last for me is the Lucky Devils #2. And in this one, we see Collar and Rake, who are our two devils in this book. They start to put their plan into place to try to make Cam and Star move up the ranks in their own jobs, because the better that Cam and Star do, the further up the ladder Collar and Rake go down in the devil world. But the way that they enact these plans is really, really cool, because devils are not allowed to influence humans that they are not assigned to. So they kind of have to make like a domino effect of, I'm going to affect this person, which is then going to affect that and that and that. It's really clever, really funny, a great second issue.
And next up, I've got a really interesting one shot. This is Cam Girl, and this is a very unique kind of thriller story, which is a all in one issue where we follow a online model, and as she is doing her work, there's some super fans of her that maybe take things a little too far and suddenly start saying, "I know where you live," and
Oh.
they send her messages of where she was like 5 minutes ago, of her like across the street and everything. And who is it? Is it someone close to her? That kind of thing. But underneath all of that is a really interesting message about being Asian in America and how people view you and all of that, and how you view yourself and your worth. Uh, Highly recommended. I thought this was a really interesting, really heart pounding thriller, and it's just a one shot. And that is it for our top 10 quick comic picks. Thank you so much for watching. Head over to infinityflux.net as I punch you as I point over there. Head over there right now. The books are available where you can go ahead and order them. That way, when they are released on Wednesday, you don't have to worry about them selling out. You already have your copy, whether you shop in store or online, and they are mailed off to you. Either way, it's all good.
Mhm.
So, thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
See ya.
see ya.